Hi guys, how you doing today? My name is Dylan Huff. Today's date is March 5th, 2024. Course FTT 100. In today's video, I'll be showing you the cycle of operations on my Taurus Ranging Hunter 44 Magnum double action revolver, along with how to clean it properly. Now let's get started. But first, remember, safety glasses, some gloves, and make sure your firearm is unloaded. So just want to show you guys depressing the cylinder, making sure there is no cartridges in the cylinder or in line with the firearm, the barrel. So we're good. It is cleared. So let's get started. Now, first, in the cycle of operations, the revolver would be depressing the cylinder so you could start the feeding process. This is where you would put in your cartridges and the feeding would stop once you put the cylinder back into the firearm. And when the chambering will happen when you're also locking the firearm. It'll all happen at the same time because as you depress the hammer, the cylinder will rotate, and then the cylinder lock notches will come aligned with the cylinder lock as the hammer is fully depressed. This aligns the cartridge along with the barrel, so that way when you do fire it, it will be all in line. Secondly, inside the trigger will hit a sear, which will hold the firearm from firing and being released to hitting the firing pin. Once you depress the trigger, the sear will engage and it will unlock the hammer, so it can be engaging the firing pin. So as I pull the trigger for the firing step in the cycle of operations, the hammer will be hit the firing pin, which would then hit the back of the primer pocket on the cartridge, firing your projectile. And then the next, you can keep repeating this either way, either by pulling the hammer back, and as you do, like I said, the cylinder will rotate, aligning the bullet, and then you could pull the trigger, or you could just pull the trigger, and then as you're pulling it and the hammer gets to the fully cocked position, the cylinder lock will lock and your bullet will be aligned, and you can keep repeating the process. So that is the cycle of operations on my 44 mag Taurus Ranging Hunter revolver. Now let's get to the cleaning step. We want to open up the cylinder, and I like to use Spartan Arms Carbon Destroyer. We will get a nice little rag here. I'll put a little bit of destroyer on the rag, and we're going to wipe down the cylinder. And the cylinder notches are very important here. So if a brush doesn't do it, you want to get a nice thick brush to get inside the grooves for the cylinder stop. Next step will be the cylinder cone. So your cylinder cone here, a lot of things will be on this, a lot of debris and stuff. So I do like putting a little bit of carbon destroyer on this as well, which some will get in the barrel. It's not a bad thing. So while it's sitting in the barrel and you're cleaning this part, I'm gonna make sure you clean it pretty good. Take a clean rag and wipe it. Make sure it's wiped pretty good. And then the next step would be taking an Otis patch. And then I got a flex rod here. I will put it through my barrel. And what you'll do here is they got these little notches on the Otis patches. You'll slip it through, and then you will fold the one side as so and push it through the little sleeve here. This part might be a little difficult, but once you get it, here, you can push up on the Otis patch, and you want to feed it from the chamber to the muzzle. Now you may have to do this a few times. And see, mine's not too bad, but you might want to do it a few times and then make sure it is very dry. There's no need to oil any parts of the barrel on firearms or not firearms, but I mean revolvers or pistols. Now our next step will be cleaning each individual chamber here. For doing so, I get a little bit of carbon destroyer. I'll put it on, you know, one of my little brushes, and each an individual cylinder you want to brush thoroughly. Make sure you get any carbon out, and as well as cleaning, you want to depress the injecting rod and clean that too very well. As this is done, make sure you dry it pretty good with a nice clean rag. You want to make sure it's dry. And I like to put a little bit of accuracy oil from Spartans on the ejector rod, so that way, you know, it does have some lubrication there. And then your recoiling plate. Now this has a lot of fouling, so you want to put some carbon destroyer on a rag, wipe it first, then take a nice hard thick brush or whatever you have. You know, you want to clean it very good, and then take a rag, a nice clean rag, and wipe it all down. Make sure everything's pretty clean, and then once you're done with that step, then you can manipulate the firearm, make sure that it is good and that everything's working well, which it is. And that's how you clean your firearm. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a good one.